All right, Sean Lane here. We are back on PWE Report, and right now we got our special guest. He's joining us, of course, talking about his upcoming match at Second City Showdown, Chicago Style Wrestling, and it is Victor Iniestra. And he is the CSW Metra Division champion and defending the title against both WWE superstar Samuray del Sol, former WWE superstar, and Rafael Quintero in a triple threat match. Make sure to check that out. Second City Showdown 2. Actually, Second City Showdown 3. And we know that you've had the Metra Division Championship since May. You've also held the JWA Heavyweight Championship as well. And we appreciate you on the show. How are you doing, Victor?
Pretty good, man. I'm on the road right now. How about you? How's everything?
Oh, doing well. Thank you. Appreciate it. You came back from a busy weekend, right? You guys were up in Minnesota?
Yeah, man. That's where I'm literally coming back from. Like, I got back a little bit ago, but like, we had to go drop off a car for rent a car, and then we're on the way back. So that's what took a while. So, and plus with the traffic right now, it's terrible. So like, if not, I would have been home by now already. So
I hear you, man.
Yeah, we went up to Minnesota for MAW for the Midwest All-Star Wrestling. That was like about 2,000 people, man. It was crazy. I got there around 3, me and Lily, and that was my first time being there, dude. And it was really, both promoters, I met both promoters, they were really nice. They were more than like willing to just go out of their way for everybody there, for all the wrestlers and everything. It was packed. The show was crazy. It was a lot of actual like talent that was formally signed. It was, I got to meet a lot of like people like that. I got to meet Chavo Guerrero. I got to meet Boogeyman. Rikishi was there. So, and I just asked questions. I always like to ask questions and ask them like, hey man, you got like advice for people, and local talent. So it's cool. Like they're really willing to just like, I feel like they're like, oh, they see that hunger in certain people. So they're like, hey man, yeah, let's talk for a bit. So it's cool that they give you that time, instead of telling you like, piss off.
For sure. For sure. And yeah, that's great. You guys are up there. I had never checked out that event before. It's crazy to have that many fans in one venue.
Yeah, dude, it was at a school. It was at I think it was a high school or something, but it was like in their gym. And I'm telling you, man, that was the first. I've seen some of their stuff online, but like all the shows seem packed. Every show that I ever see online is packed. So to see this one, that was like 2,000 people. They had a ramp and everything. It was crazy, dude. It was really awesome to see that, and it's just I want to go back there for sure. It's so I can't say enough good things about MAW because they're really however I can't imagine being a promoter, man. Some of the promoters and stuff that they go through is like I get a headache just watching that. So to see them pull that stuff off, that's amazing. That's props to them.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then talk about your match if you could.
Yeah, well, so I got in a Rumble. I got their Battle Royal.
Okay.
Like it was me and Lily both got on there, and it was cool because like I walked out and I'm like, holy crap, there's a lot of people here. And like people were getting into the ring, the wrestlers, and you could just feel the ring just like it was just like I felt like it was bending kind of because there was so many people. It wasn't gonna collapse because there's like a limit to it, but like just to like there's or maybe I don't know, man. Maybe it was the people were going crazy. I don't know. It felt like the whole place was rumbling. But I looked over and I'm like, this ring is. I feel like it's moving or something. But yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was so many people in there, and like there was this at one point. I was with one of the guys from Black and Brave, and I went to. We were just trying to pick a spot to like where to go, and there was just so much chaos. And you can't do certain things because like you might hit somebody. There was a point where I'm like, oh, there's an opening right here. I'm gonna do something, but you got to do it quick. If not, you're gonna hit somebody. You're gonna hit someone's ankles. But dude, it was definitely a rush just for like a battle royal, dude. I got my what's it called? I got my my high for the weekend. There you go. Off of that, so that it was good. Hopefully next time when I go back, I can do a little more.
Okay, for sure. And Lily was also in it as well, so that's great.
Yeah, we all had our moment in there too. It's she was just as hyped as I was when we got out there.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Like does that drive you more just to see that kind of event, that kind of crowd?
Yeah, man, that's probably so. Like I've done stuff with like AEW and NWA and stuff, and but it's not as like it's more like a local, like a little smaller thing for the shows that I go to. It's still awesome to be a part of that. But for this one, this is probably like the biggest crowd that I've ever been in front of. like it was just 2,000 people, but 2,000 people that are like ready to go and like families and just excited to go see a show. So the moment you step out, you already feel that. Like you're already feeling that energy right before the curtain. The moment you step out of that curtain, now you're like, all right, we're ready to go. Like let's do this. Let's do this. So it was really good. It was a really I hope going back. I talked to the promoter and we want to work together in next year. So I'm excited, man. Whatever opportunities there is, I'm excited for it.
For sure. And then, let's talk about the Metra Division Championship, and how you've been able to defend it so far. Obviously a controversial story that's going on, that's in the background of that. But, when you actually got the championship, how did it feel?
It felt more like, what's the best way to describe it? It felt like, all right, like I'm here, like I finally like, all right, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things where it just kind of felt like I'm here. I showed up. They're trusting me to deal with this. Let's go. Let's do it. Like it's cool to just get that trust, I guess, in a way. Mm-hmm. You're getting that promoter, you're getting that trust from the workers, from the wrestlers, everybody. It's like, all right, let's do this. Let's go see where we can go with this. I remember when we went, first of all, the crowd was hot for that match. They were crazy for it. So like the moment I stood out there, you could feel that you could feel that some matches are like, okay, let's see where we go with this. Those matches where the moment your music plays, you're like, oh, we're about to do this. Let's go do this right now. So that's how it felt from the moment I walked out there. And then I'm in the ring to the moment where Vaz now is coming out. And like, I'm just looking around. I'm like, oh, these people are ready for this. And then we just started going at it from the beginning. And like, there was moments in there where I'm like, all right, like I had to like, you know what I mean? Like check my cardio for a second. Cause I think it's just because of the to me a little bit. Cause you're just so amped up. So you gotta like, at some point you have to slow down because you're like, man, I'm gonna get blown up just because of the adrenaline. So that's what I had to do for a little bit. But when you're in the moment, it's one of those times where you're in the moment and like, I'm gonna remember this for a little bit just because of the rush, like those memories. That's what this stuff is about. You gotta do this because you love it, but you gotta do it because it's a rush for us. It's literally just like, there's no other way to describe it. Maybe like, I know maybe some wrestlers and other interviews have said, if you could bottle it up and all that, like you can light up a whole building or something. I believe that 100%, dude. It's just so, maybe for the people that have played like sports in college and in high school, like myself, like can understand that, that rush that you're getting right before game time. Exact same thing. Same thing. But maybe a little more turned up, I guess. And the best way I could say, but that match was good, man. Afterwards, me and TJ talked for a little bit, cause he was the one that like, I knew TJ before I came to CSW and everything. Okay. So, we just had like a little like talk here and there, and we were, hey man, thanks for pulling through, and just thanked it for a little bit because like we have a little bit of history. So I don't want to put our business on that, but we have a little bit of history. So it was cool. Like, hey man, thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this. And pulling through for this, and so it was cool. Like, all right, that's done. Now let's move on to where we go from this.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you had to defend that title against two other competitors as well.
Yes.
Forward,
So, for like about afterwards.
Yeah.
It's who did I have, man? I had
Adam
one
Stallion.
of them. Yeah, Adam Stallion and Shane. That was pretty good. Were you there for that one?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, those are two guys too that we knew we were gonna tear it up. I already knew it since the moment it got announced, and I was like, "Oh, we're about to do this. Let's go ahead and do this." And it was cool, man, because we're all like, we kind of are the similar styles, man. But it's cool to go in there and just go kill it with two people that again, you're like, all right, let's go do this. Because there's some people that you're like, how are we gonna do this? It's kind of like putting a puzzle together, and I guess the best way I could say, let's go do this. And I don't mind it. I like that. I enjoy it. So this was one of those where you're like, oh, we know we're gonna kill this. Another one again where you're just thinking, well, let's see how my cardio handles, man. Let's go see how we do this. But those two guys, they're I've known Adam for a little bit too now, and then Shane I just started getting to know a little more too. And our personalities are kind of similar, me and Shane's especially. Yeah. So it's cool that we could just go out there and like, yo, we get each other, so let's go kill it. That was an awesome match, man. I'm happy with how it turned out with us two or with us three.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that was one heck of a match you guys had. And then this is your first time defending it since then, I believe, right? Because last month you didn't have to. I don't think you defended.
Right.
You were in a triple trios match.
Yes. Yeah. Because I was in the trios match. That one was also another one where I'm like, like I was dying a little bit, and I looked over. Man, I was in that match, and I just looked over to because Hades was on my team, and I was drained. I looked over to Hades, and I'm like, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
And he's like, get out of my face. So I just got out the ring, man, and I couldn't breathe for a little bit, but that was a good match. And then now this is gonna be my next title defense with that one, and with Rafa and Samurai del Sol. Now I'm excited for this one, man. The moment it got announced, I'm like, again, now this was a little more of a, I feel like it's more, I know we're going to kill it, but at the same time, I want to live up to that hype. I don't want to say we under delivered.
Right.
That's the best thing I could say. I know we're going to kill it, but now it's like, are we really going to live up to that level? Cause I want it to be, at least for me, I know there's a lot of people out there that want to go out there and kill it at the same time. But for me, I'm more like one of those, you ever hear about those stories about the wrestlers where they're like, oh, they get mad when something doesn't go right, or like they're really hard on themselves. I'm kind of like that, but not as hardcore as some of the other people. Like I don't punish myself, but I'll probably get a little more annoyed. Like, damn it, I should have done that. I should have done this. I could have done more. If only this, if only that. So I'm kind of that guy. And then some people might be like relax, bro. Like I'm like, no, screw that. Like, you know that. So I don't know. Maybe that's a bad thing or a good thing. I don't know, but I just kind of like to hold myself to a higher standard, maybe.
For sure.
But I know we're gonna go kill him, man. I'm excited for that one. I've never met Samurai. I've never met him before.
Okay.
I've never met him before, but I've heard good things about him. A lot of the guys, back then, they met him back before he got signed and everything, so they knew him. But I started knowing him already when he was signed. My mom's also a fan of his too, seeing him on TV. And when she saw that flyer, she's like, oh, wow. is this Kalisto? And I'm like, yeah, that's him. She's like, oh, I'm going to this. So it's cool that her and my uncle are coming too. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's cool to see that. But I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna talk to him, and hopefully we hit it off right away. But I'm sure everything will be fine, man. I'm just one of those things where I'm like, I want to live up to that hype.
Yeah. And I think that's what we're gonna see with this match, because I feel it's like one of the first all lucha matches Chicago Style Wrestling has featured for a while, right? Wouldn't you call it that, an all lucha match?
I think so, man. I think
or as closest thing to it.
Yeah, I think there's probably been some back then. I don't remember the last one. And now more and more promotions, if you realize, a lot of them are doing also kind of lucha matches too. Man, and I'm excited for this, man. Like, this is gonna be different. This match is gonna be different than the rest of the card. Everyone has their own. There's the ladder match. There's the CSW Championship match. There's Mayberry and Doom. That one's gonna be its own thing. It's Ring of Destiny. This card I'm excited for, man. And this one is, I think we're probably gonna do a standing room or something, because eventually there's gonna be just not enough room, and I'm excited for that. I welcome it. It. I always I like those rowdy crowds where there's not enough room and people are just elbow to elbows and shoulder to shoulder. And some people, I guess, get annoyed because they want to see it. I'm like, dude, this is a wrestling show. Go out there and enjoy this damn thing. Like, this is rowdy. We're trying to like have a good, it's like a concert, like a mosh pit or something. Like, let's enjoy this. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this. It's just it's gonna be like a lucha match. But I mean, if I need to get out there and beat some heads in, if it turn it like, nah, screw this lucha, it's not working out for me. I'm gonna change this up. I'll do it. I don't care. I'll slow it down. If people don't like it, they can piss off. Okay,
I like it. I got you on that one. You also had JWA. You had some good matches there. You talk about JWA for a little bit.
Yeah, man. It's they always have good crowds too. I just faced the last one. It was Xavier. Xavier Sky, I faced him. We killed it again. We killed it. We knew we were gonna do it. That was our first time we actually even locked up at all or anything. I've never stepped in a ring with him before. So the fact that we got in there and did what we did still, it's just I guess chemistry, man. Chemistry. We're going in there, we kill it, and then it's just two guys trying to compete, man. I like competing with people like that. I like challenging myself, and I like to see where I'm at compared to other people. I've always been like that, and when it came down to football and high school and college, when it came down to like whatever powerlifting, when I go compete, I like doing that. I like competing. So to do this at the same level, like I enjoy that. So when I was in there, I'm like, all right, let's go see what this guy. I kind of think of it in a way where I test myself to thinking, all right, is this guy really as good as I hear he is? Let's go see. Like I'll be the judge of that type of attitude.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, man, he's good, man. He's the real deal. I think I see him doing a lot of more things. Too. JWA is a good place. I like they're like a family based place, so I like what they're doing too. Their content quality is like high def, man. I like their stuff. You know, it's a good place to get in there, man. And people that are trying to like make their ways on the independence, that's a good place to get in there. And hey, man, let's see what this place is about.
For sure. And you've had you know, probably a good history with the promoter, right, Andy? You know him for a while.
Yeah, when I first started, back in 2015, he was one of the guys that was helping train the students where I was training at before. He wasn't the main trainer, but he was one of the guys there. So I got a lot of critique from him. He was more like the guy that says, "Yo, like I appreciate when people do this too. I hate yes men. I don't like when people kind of go around and like you could tell that was like that's not a real critique. Like that guy's being." He doesn't want to tell him the truth because this guy might not be able to handle it. Or this guy over there or a girl, man, it's just, they're not really, he's just telling them what they want to hear. You know what I mean? Right. I hate when people do that. You could tell, I like it when they come up to me and tell me, yo, if this sucks, tell me this sucks. Or if this is good, tell me this is good. And Andy was one of those guys where I first started where he was like, yo, this was the shits. And I'm like, oh, well, what happened? First of all, this and this and this and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it sucks, of course, but, like, I enjoy that because, again, back to when I was playing, like, sports and everything, I like when coaches do that. When coaches do that and you are complete trash, they'll say, yo, you messed this up, and this is what you messed up in. And, you know, because of that, I can't trust you the next play. So sit this one out. I'm like, damn it. You know, but it is what it is, you know, and some people can't handle that. Some people think that promoters don't like them. They're like, oh, this person doesn't like me because of this and that. No, it's probably because you suck, you know, and so the fact that Andy was that person for me when I was first starting off saying, yo, this sucked and here's why, watch this match back later. I'm like, all right, I appreciate that. So he had a good part of mine when I was first starting to just keep it real with me. He was one of those guys. That's why when I go to JWA, it's more like that connection. Like, hey, man, I'm making it. He's told me too before that, hey, you're doing work and I see you getting out there more to keep pushing. So that's that connection that me and the promoter have.
For sure. And you had a big match there with Alex Kane, current MLW champion.
Yes, Alex Kane. Yeah, absolutely, man. We faced it off, and that was again first time we locked up. And it's just I like facing people that are out there that are getting like this notoriety, that are actually signed to places because there's a reason why they're signed. So when I locked up with him, we went to the back. He's the real deal. First of all, he's the real deal. Like those suplexes that he gave me, I felt every single one of them. It's not like there's no smoke and mirrors in this. Like this, I felt every single one of those. To the X-Plex, to the weird ass, I don't know what he calls it, to this weird finisher that he got. I felt all of them. So when he launches my ass, he launches your ass. But like afterwards, you know, we came to the back, and I appreciated that I competed with him. It's just two guys, man, just competing again. I love competing with people like that. Got good feedback from him too. He's like, yo, man, you're here, man. You're doing this. You know, just keep pushing. And then something, you know, if God blesses me with an opportunity somewhere to earn a contract at some promotion, you know, it's there. It's just a matter of push through, man. Something's going to happen. It's at that level. So thanks to Alex Kane too, for keeping it real with me too. He's one of those guys again. Yo, you're there, man. Keep pushing, man. So I appreciate that from him.
Definitely. That's awesome. You guys had like a couple matches, I believe, right?
And that was our first one, the singles, and the second one was a tag. A trios tag, I think. Yeah, trios tag. So that was another one too, man. But now me and Alex Kane, we're cool. We're cool, man. We talk every now and then. When we see each other, we're always, you know, like, hey, what's up, dude? So we're like, we'll talk. Got each other on social media too. But I feel like he's genuine. You know, he's not blowing smoke on my ass. So he's a genuine guy.
For sure. And then, you know, you had Carlito a year ago, right, in CSW, and we did our first interview. And so it was over a year ago at this point. Now seeing him return to WWE, like, how did you feel about your opportunity with him? What you got the moment you got to spend with him?
looking at it now, it's just I was talking to Lily about this the other day too. When he first came up out of Puerto Rico, when he went in, and after that, and then now he's signed. We were talking. We're like, yo, that's the I locked up with this guy. Like this is awesome. This is pretty cool. Like I was literally in the ring with this dude. He trusted me to pick him up for a body slam because honestly, if I would or a suplex, when I suplexed him, I was like, in my head, I'm like, or I'm like, hell yeah. But in my head, I'm like, holy shit, I just suplexed Carlito. Like, holy crap. Like, this is awesome. Like, holy crap. And like that fan in me, like when he was making his way out, I was just looking at him like I had one of those like moments where I'm looking at the guy and I'm just thinking, holy shit, I'm about to lock up with Carlito. Like, holy crap. Yeah. And it's like, and then I woke up a little bit and I'm like, all right, let's do this. And then I suplexed him. I'm like, one of those were like, holy shit, I just suplexed Carlito. Let's keep going. And then I did some other stuff with him, and it was cool just to see him like on TV now, seeing him at that level now where I could say I'm years from now when I'm done with this, years from now, I'm gonna be thinking, yo, like, hey, I locked up with that guy. Like this, I ran it with him. So he was again a nice guy, really cool man. He's tall as hell too, tall. So looking back at it now, it's like, okay, what's next? You know, what's next? And then I got to face Tommy Dreamer too. That was also too. I had to go with Tommy Dreamer, and I'm like, another one. This is Tommy Dreamer. Oh, this is a weapons match. Oh man, I'm gonna feel this one. So it was one of those, man. It's just like right now. I don't want to stop pushing because I'm having opportunities come up, and just to be around with these people that are like, yo, I grew up watching these guys. To getting good critique. Some of the critique that I got into was more like, yo, you need to fix this. It's awesome. I'll take it. Give me that. And it's a lot of the critique too is like, yo, keep pushing. Just tweak this, tweak that. Hell yeah, I'll take that critique, man. I'll take that critique all day, especially for people that I've like idolized and like just admired. It's a really it's one of those things where I'm just like, let's just take a step back, look, and think, wow, man, look where I'm at compared to like where I was a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. That's great. And then you really started getting your name out about 2 years ago. You were featured in CSW matches and
around there. Since then, man. So right since that point, I knew like when I first got out there, I knew like I was gonna have to grind for this. Like after 2 years, it was like 2 years, yeah. When I got out there, I knew I'm gonna start from the bottom again, but that's okay because I'm starting with experience. A lot of people I think they would have had their egos messed up, and then they maybe would have quit. But like I knew what it was. I wasn't going in there with no ego. I knew I was gonna have to work as hard as everyone else. And I'm glad I did, man, because it's paying off now. It's paying off, and I'm happy where I'm at right now. I can't wait to see what more is gonna happen in the future.
Okay, can't wait, man. You also had Boz, and you've been involved in matches with him. So talk about that, getting in the ring with him for the first time. You had him at Northland Pro Wrestling, you had him at CSW.
It was cool because Boz is a little more old school.
Yeah, and of course your singles match. Like you didn't just have him in the singles match; you had him, multiple matches after that.
Yeah, it's a different style. He's a little more old school, but it's cool to be with someone like that too. That's more like, yo, let's get back to our basics. Let's go out there and just do a little bit of different match, different style of match, and yeah, like let's go out there and wrestle. Let's go out there and just work. And it's cool that I can do that with Boz. That's what I appreciate about doing it with him. Especially since the crowd loves him all the time. So I mean, he's just so over wherever he goes. I don't have to put that extra effort to, what I mean, do my. But like it's just cool because I can enjoy it when I'm in there with him. I can enjoy it and just, hey, this is why I started wrestling, just because. And I don't have to stress about it. I can just go out there and just have a match and enjoy it. And I can do that with Boz. That's what I really appreciate about him.
That's awesome. Yeah, hopefully you guys will have a chance to square off again. But this was like in May. Was that your first time facing Boz?
I think it was.
Okay.
I think it was. Yeah, it probably. Yeah, it was. And then after that, we faced a couple more times. But that was like when we started that whole thing. That was when I first started getting to know him. And like the way I was trained was old school. So to be with someone like Boz, who's old school, we clicked. We just clicked, man. It wasn't let's try to figure out how we're gonna do this. We just clicked. Because the way I was trained to the way he is now, it was made. We were made for each other for that. So that's why I think that match that when I got the title it was awesome, man. It couldn't have been better.
Yeah, another championship match, or not a championship match, but opportunity for a championship match is the Ring of Destiny this year. And Boz is going to be in it, as several others as well. So any thoughts on that match?
TJ's taking it. TJ's going to take it. TJ's taking it. TJ's going to go out there and do his work. I love everybody else, but like TJ's gonna go on there. He's gonna kill it, especially with the whole how he's got this whole place on lockdown. He's got everything. No, nothing goes past TJ. Everything, him and Eric, nothing goes past none of those guys. So TJ's gonna take it no matter what. I already know it. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet my payday on Friday that's I will send my payday to whoever it is, and even then, I'm not gonna be wrong. Even then, I'm not gonna be wrong. TJ's going down. TJ's winning this.
Okay. And then what about the women's match, the ladder match?
Oh man, I honestly I don't know, man. I feel like there's a couple women in there that I think they're gonna stand out. I honestly, when they go in there with that, I've never seen any of them in a ladder match, so I don't know. I hope
Right.
that some of the women in there go in, because some of those women are women are crazy. I'll just put it this way: women are crazy. They're all psycho in the head, right? It's just one of those things where it's like, pick your psycho. What type of psycho do you want? But like, I think when it comes into a ladder match, I think some women are gonna go out there and maybe not all, maybe. So I hope some of them stand out by like, yo, I'm willing to just go out there and just beat the hell out of someone with this ladder. Because everyone, it's one thing to go out there and watch a women's match. It's another thing that when you can say, whoa, they're getting down with this. They're gonna take this ladder and smack a couple people with it. That's what we want to see. I mean, props to them, man. I'm glad I'm not in it because I don't want to wake up with those bruises and scars. But I honestly, I think whoever wins that match, I think they're gonna go and kill it either way. But I don't know, man. I hope something is done because something is done with Miller does something about this, because I don't know what there's this whole thing that Miller's been doing with the women. Man, it's Chris Miller. Chris Miller's been on a roll with this, and I think I approve what he's doing. So whatever Miller has the idea that he's gonna come in there, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Again, I don't know, but if he decides to do something about this match and just cut it off, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Just completely cut the time and say, you know what, we're not having this match because I said so. Miller, props to you, bro. Props to you.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm excited for all these matches. I want to ask you, like, AAW, talk about being in the Chi-Town Rumble this year. How much fun was that? And now you're going to be part of the Jim Lynan Memorial Tournament?
So AAW, it's crazy, dude. That's another place where I just go in and I'm thinking that's one of those places where you walk in and you're like, wow, I'm in AAW, because it's been around for years. So to go into AAW, one is just to go in there, and I appreciate what Danny does with AAW, because he's done a great job with that. And then now to go in there and just be a part of it, it's like, all right, I thank you, man. Thank you for allowing me. Thank you for having me here. And that I enjoy going there because there's so much talent, dude. There's so much talent that go in there that are on the independents or that are on Impact or wherever they're at. And NWA, there's just a lot of good wrestlers there. So you're, no matter what, you're gonna pick up something from somebody. You're gonna, whether you're picking somebody's brain there, whether you, whatever it is, dude, it's a good place to be. It's one of those promotions where you're thinking, I am happy to be here, because you're gonna pick something up. You're gonna get better somehow in some way. As far as the tournament goes, I might be. I don't want to ruin anything. But I can't really say anything about it. But I'm open to whatever, man. Because I think actually I can't even say it either. But I'll just leave it at that. The tournament's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome for sure.
For sure. Yeah, AAW is one heck of an event, so everybody should come check that out too. And for Chicago Style Wrestling, tell everybody why they should come out this Friday night, Second City Showdown 3.
Because there are so many different matches that are going to be on that show. None of them are the same. None of those matches are going to be the same when it starts from the top to the bottom. If you look at the card, none of them are going to be the same. All of these have a backstory to it. They're all, if you haven't been keeping up, you're an idiot. That's going to be the place to be in Chicago. It's going to be the place. And for the most part, the number one reason you should go is because of me. Okay. It's because of me. That's the number one reason why you should go. It's because I'm going to be on it. Sure, Rafael Quintero is going to be in that match. Sure, Samuray also is going to be in it. Who cares? I'm the champ. I'm going to be in it. That's the reason why you should go in there. But it's regardless, I guess the show's going to be awesome. But I'm going to be on it. So be there and at Friday, CSW, Franklin Park.
Okay. Well, hey, Victor, I appreciate you being on PWEreport. And tell me, what do you want me remembered for when your career is finished?
Oh man, I think I was actually talking to Lily about this too, probably like a week ago. I mean, hopefully, like I said before, if God blesses me with the contract, that'd be awesome. We all want that, right? I think one of the two big things is I think just to be able to make money in this, like, however, I'm not looking to like get crazy rich. If it happens, awesome, man. Again, I'm blessed to do it if that happens. Uh, but the one thing I want to be able to do is just be able to look back on it and say, um, be able to work, I guess, or be a person that says, actually, I think real quick, sorry, I went to I talked to Sammy Callahan. We
Okay.
went to his seminar, I want to say a week ago, we went to
Yeah,
the
tell us
Pro
about
Wrestling
that.
Revolver. Yeah, I went down there with Lily, and he gave us so much information and so much knowledge where I was just kind of like, damn, like I need a notebook or something. One thing that he did say was, which is made me think about it different, and I want to get to that level, was Sammy has that reputation of he knows so much about the ins and outs. He's not just a wrestler, he's also a promoter. He's also does producing in the back. He's been to all the major companies in pro wrestling, in Japan and in WWE, NXT, and Impact, and now to owning is one of the top independent wrestling promotions. The one thing he said was he knows everything. He wears so many hats. Like I said, wrestler, producer, promoter, everything to
Right.
top to bottom when it comes to wrestling, to where he can go to any wrestling promotion and then somebody will pick him up. The moment somebody hears, oh, Sammy is a free agent, oh, let's bring him in, not just for a wrestler. Maybe we need something as an agent. Maybe we
Right.
need something as maybe someone to help us out with our finances. Maybe a writer, maybe whatever. Because he has that skill where he can be at that point now where he can do whatever he wants, honestly, until he decides to not do this anymore because he gets bored. He has a job in wrestling for as long as he wants, is what I'm saying. That's what I want. I want to be able to be at that level where if once I decide to hang him up, I still have the option to do whatever I want in this because I know how to do this inside the ring, but not only inside of the ring, backstage and outside of the ring, and how to put something together. That's what I want to be. I think that's what I want my legacy to be, is someone that's like a Sammy Callahan who knows how to do every little job
Right.
and everything, and they could say, hey, that's Victor, that's that guy, hey, I know him, let's bring him in for whatever, let's bring him in for
Right.
that, let's bring him in for a signing. And just being someone that loved the business, man, because we all love this, so
Right.
I don't want to be that person that they question his love for this. I think that's what I want my legacy to be for this.
All right. Sounds great, man. I appreciate your answers to my questions. And take care. Make sure to check out Chicago Style Wrestling, Second City Showdown 3. Make sure to check that out this Friday, the 17th at Franklin Park. And before I let you go, can I have you do a quick shout out for my show?
Absolutely, man. You guys got to watch
All right.
PWA Insider. Watch Insider, Sean Lennon. Watch it as much as you can, man, because you know why? Because I'm in it.
Awesome. Do you mind if I get you to do that again? I'm gonna
Yes,
take
go
a
ahead.
separate recording. Okay, let me
Yes,
see.
ready?
All right, let's see. Stop video.
Oh,
And then, I don't wait here. Oh, okay. Stop
got it.
recording.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it.